Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&Chew Guy, and this is a standalone product review. It's either a standout purchase or standalone product. I'm pretty sure I am going to put this in the standalone product playlist, partly because I have a feeling by the end of this review that I am going to be hoping that this is the only product of this kind. So we will be taking a look at Shammah Afgani, or Shammah Afgani. And if that little map picture in the center looks familiar, that's because that is the national flag superimposed over the outline of the country Afghanistan. So you have an all-metal package. It is a little bit rough around the edges, let us say. First, when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, somebody's opened it and then resealed it with a band of white duct tape. And then, due to the limited research I did on this product, because this is one of those things you don't want to read into too much, I found that no, that's how they seal these cans. This is actually from the manufacturer like this. So they all come like this. So it's a metal lid and it's a metal can. The lid, it has a sticker on it, obviously, which is what you're looking at. Sort of in the Canadian dip style, they have the warnings in no less than 4 different languages. Then you have the name of the product in the middle there, Shammah Afgani. Then you have Afghanistan. And then what I am guessing is either, well, I'm not really sure. It could be Hindi. It could be Afghani. I don't know. And I was sort of serious. I did not read too much about this product because I didn't want to know. I don't want to know. And that's also part of the reason why you're seeing this review now. Because I've been sitting looking at this thing for about a week, and every time I start looking at it, I feel anxiety rising a little bit. So I've decided just to get it over with. So that's the front. Now on the back, this is a product of 6 Photo Snuff, which is an Indian manufacturer of nasal snuff. Okay, they are based out of the Punjab in India. You do not need their exact address. Nobody needs that. Punjab, India. Now, this is part of the reason why I'm a little bit uptight about this review. Down here at the bottom, okay? Composition El Tabax. Okay, composition tobacco. 36%. At this point, I'm thinking, do I read on? Do I want to know? And then I decide I do want to know, but then it doesn't really matter because it's not really going to clarify things by reading on anyway. Agents de textures, 64%. So that's 36% tobacco, 64% agents de textures. So this is what I do know. This is meant as an oral dip tobacco. There seemed to be some online discussion whether it's snus-like or not, whether you have to spit. I can tell you right up front right now, I will be spitting. Okay? It is fine. It is moist. And it has evidently a very high nicotine content. And with that, let's open it. So, wow. Dirty Pat wash. is going to be going, that looks like how he sends stuff to me. And it is. I even use white duct tape. But that's not what this is. This is like, it's almost like medical, like bandage tape. It's like stretchy. Okay, so we'll put that over there. It just opens up. Oh dear. Oh dear. What have I done? God! Okay, so I basically spent $6 on a small metal tin of foul-smelling mud. If you don't believe me, you'll have to take my word on the smell. Seriously, I don't know about I don't know about putting this in my mouth. Oh my God! I don't even know what to touch this with. It's one of those things. It's like an auto accident. Only sensory is smell instead of vision. Like, oh my God, that's bad. Let me smell it again, type deal. Wow. Yeah, okay, so that's what it's looking like. I don't even know what to touch this with. Sorry, Snuff Spoon. You're gonna have to take one for the team here. It's a foul-smelling, greenish-brown paste. Oh. All right, so, wow. I've done a lot of stuff on this channel. The tobacco toothpaste, redwood snuff. This just doesn't smell right at all. This does not smell right. Oh my God. All right. I'm going to have to hit the pause button. I'm going to have to get this stuff off my fingers. So, I guess... They said not to take too much because it's really, really strong. Oh, man, I can't believe it. No, I can't believe I just put that in my mouth. Okay, my lip is burning. I don't know if I'm going to pause this. It didn't really come off of my fingers too much. So the stuff is moist, but it's sort of like cakey moist, I get. Wow, my lip is burning. Okay, so there's nicotine absorption going on. Because the stuff is not flavored at all. It's natural. Mind you, their idea of natural is not our idea of natural at all. So there's no wintergreen or anything like that in the mix. I'm getting a burning sensation at point of contact on the gum and lip, and it's spreading along the gum line. I'm not really tasting anything. Which may be a good thing. Now, I only put in maybe like 1/4 of what I use dip-wise. But they had pre-warned on the website not to use a lot. At least not at first. So it sort of forms up. It's basically like that, only it forms... You know what it feels like? It feels like when you take American nasal snuff and dip it. If you get a good bit in one spot and it sort of like turns into a pebble almost, it sort of feels like that. Unlike American dry snuff, this has got a mouthfeel, which it's got to be nicotine. See, the thing of this is, I mean, I can look past the packaging, the fact that it's from India, da-da-da-da-da-da. The deal where it's only 36% tobacco and 64% agents de textures. Number one, why is that second part sound like it's French? You know, and it's 64% of the product. There's not really much taste. But you know what, though? You touch your tongue to it, your tongue starts getting a mouthfeel. Spit and white. There's a flavor there, but it's very... Tell you, you get the byproduct saliva, though, in your tongue, your whole tongue lights up. Not lights up. Lights up so you can feel it. There's a flavor to it, but it's really low-key, and you can't place it. It's sort of like herbal, though. Not anything terrible. The most off-putting thing is the smell, which I'm going to do again just because I can. The smell... The smell is also sort of herbal, but it's not good. It's got nicotine. I'm feeling a little jumpy, actually. It didn't make a mess of my hand. I mean, I did wipe my hand off because I had some around my thumb because my thumb's all cracked up from working. But besides that, it wasn't overly messy. You know, the look of the product is just horrific. Like, I mean, now most people would say that about, you know, dip. Most people that don't dip would say that about dip. But I mean, this is... It looks like greenish mud. Like, or something else. I'm guessing it's supposed to be that way. Flavor's coming through. Yeah, I'm getting... it's got a lot of nicotine. I'm glad I only did the small little bit. Had I put in as much of this as, let's say, I do with my Stoker Straight, we would have been looking at like a Siberia moment right now. Because this stuff is insane. And that's not a lot for me at all. I mean, product and mouth-wise, that is not a lot. In fact, you probably can hardly even tell on my lip. The flavor's coming through. It's the herbal smell. It translates a little bit better in flavor. Now, this product, now that I think about it, there's a little guy in that circle right there. There's Afghanistan. There's a little guy with a sword in that circle. There is another product that reading-wise, I am familiar with that has that picture of Afghanistan with that guy on it. The problem with that is they didn't have it in stock. It is evidently actually shredded, not mud, like fine snuff, oral snuff, but the stuff comes out of Afghanistan. I think 6 Photo is taking care of it once it crosses into Pakistan and then India, but it's that product's actually coming out of Afghanistan. It is incredibly expensive. I mean, for the amount, it comes in this is 50 grams, by the way. It comes in a 50-gram bag, and it's like $16 for the bag. It's like $16 for a can and a half of Dip. So as far as that's what you're looking at, it's about the same that way. It's comparable. Mind you, I wouldn't walk around with this in my pocket. There's a good reason why they were using that tape. I would not walk around with that in my pocket. Although, as long as you don't disturb the product, I'm pretty sure before I disturbed it, I could turn this upside down, nothing would happen. It's burning the heck out of my lip, though, I'll tell you that much. Flavor's real touch and go. It's not producing a lot of juice at all. The only juice it is producing is because of the burning sensation. When you touch your tongue to it or get any byproduct that it does create onto your tongue starts tingling. And it's pretty darn strong. I think I'm starting to spit brown now. I think I also got some on my tongue. And I do. This is a novelty product for us here in the United States. I got this from MrSnuff.com. Again, it came. I got it along with the dry snuffs that I've been reviewing. It was something different. They didn't have what I was looking for. I was prepared to buy the bag stuff because it's more like visually like Dip, like Copenhagen Snuff-ish. But they didn't have that. I got this because I couldn't get that, and also they were having problems. Evidently, there is supply problems coming out of India. I'm guessing it is pandemic related. India shut down pretty hard, I believe. So they're getting stuff sort of sketchy over at Mr. Snuff from India, so I picked this up. It's interesting. I mean, it's a novelty factor, if anything. I picked it up at Mr. Snuff. It was $5.99. It is 50 grams. So a regular can of Dip is 32 grams and change. It's strong. It's scary as all hell looking at. It's probably one of the stronger things I've reviewed. Now, I don't go out of my way to review really strong stuff, but it is probably one of the stronger ones. Smell is scary, and it looks scary. Flavor is all right. It's sort of in line with anything else I've tasted out of India. It's very, like, flowery, herbal, sort of odd, very different. Not necessarily bad, but nothing you'd normally be used to. You know, it's one of those things. This is something I'll never buy again. I mean, I wouldn't buy this of my own accord to use myself. I don't need this much nicotine, number one. Number two, it's just in a format that, like, what? But it is different, and I'm glad I tried it. It's always good to try new things, even if you're pretty sure you're not going to like them. If money allows. Flavor's picking up, and I think I'm starting to spit a little bit brown. So that's about that. I mean, it's $5.99. MrSnuff.com. It's just, I'm not affiliated in any way. It's just the place I use. It's under smokeless. They have tabs at the top, nasal snuff, obviously, and they have others, and one's smokeless, and this is under the smokeless. If you're feeling adventurous and you can deal with high nicotine, this is about as adventurous as you can get, I would imagine. I will score the bagged product at some point when it's made available. But until then, this is basically as close as you get adventure-wise. Maybe you could outdo it by the tobacco toothpaste, which I may link at the end of this video. So this has been the review of Shammah Afgani from 6 Photo of Punjab, India. I do hope you all are well. Do take care of yourselves, and God bless.